I am indeed, Rochelle, and of course Libération, like most papers in France this Thursday, is leading on the bloodshed in Ukraine. We've seen horrendous scenes there in Kiev and across the country. There, Libération, l'épreuve de force, that translates as showdown between the protesters and opposition on one side and, of course, President Viktor Yanukovych. The Libération on its front page there is saying that protesters are doing what they can to organise in various ways to stand up to Yanukovych. His government, it says, is relying more than ever on violence.
Well, it's pretty much the same type of headline in the Catholic daily La Croix.
Well, it is. That's striking. Exactly the same, really. La Croix is leading on repression and crackdown. There you can see violence across Ukraine, s'étend en Ukraine. Now, of course, that paper there, perhaps with reference to a previous Polish pope, remember it's a Catholic daily, actually throws us back to events 30 years ago in Poland. It says then in Paris and across France, there was massive support. People went out onto the streets to support the solidarity movement in Poland. Where are they now for Ukraine? Ukraine is in tumult. Nobody is out on the streets to defend the protesters and opposition here in France. The reaction, in fact, is indifference. La Croix this Thursday is saying that Ukraine is nothing less than a shipwreck on the borders of the EU.
OK, Nicholas, but not every paper is leading with this story, are they?
Well, we've got another paper, 20 Minutes, the Freebie paper. It is leading on this. There you can just see a picture of l'impasse, deadlock in Ukraine. Le Figaro as well is leading on it. We can look at its headline there. Le Figaro saying that basically François Hollande and Angela Merkel are spearheading efforts to crack down on Yanukovych in some way, getting targeted sanctions against people deemed responsible for the violence. But yes, as you said, I want to go to the front page of Le Parisien, which is taking a different take this morning, Thursday, talking about tax evaders. Now, those tax evaders in France number 16,000 to have accounts in Switzerland. They have perhaps hundreds of thousands or even millions. It says that the state is obliging those people to fess up and say what money they have. This is an agreement with Switzerland, of course, to kind of end this sort of state banking secrecy in Switzerland. Now, the revenue for the French government is 230 million euros. That paper there is saying, well, for a French person who has money in their suitcase or under their bed, they're not well off in Switzerland anymore because they can't stash their cash there. And they're not well off in France either because the French don't like the rich anymore. So that's the take for Le Parisien this Thursday.
Nicholas Rochworth, as ever, thanks for bringing us up to date with the front pages. OK, well, it's time now for a reminder of